Hey everybody. It is windy out here today and a little bit chilly. Yesterday we had snow. It is the end of April, so still kind of normal, but spring is upon us. And if you remember last year to the planter boxes I made my mom for Mother's Day, her friend wanted a couple for their place, just for better mobility and gardening. And so today, Brian and I are going to saw up some cedar to build 2 more of those planter boxes that we hope we can get down there in the next couple of weeks. This afternoon, I brought in the growing racks for my seedlings. I planted up tomatoes on Friday night after I got home from work. And today I'm going to plant some squash. My friend from work suggested that I plant some squash so that they grow big enough that they can withstand being planted out and maybe some cucumber beetle damage. So I'm going to plant half the seeds in pots, and then I'm going to keep half the seeds to sow directly because I did want to do 3 sisters, and I don't know if that's going to impact anything at all as far as timing. But yeah, I'm going to do that because I actually do want to have squash this year. So yeah, got a couple of things to do here this afternoon. Well, we got a lot to do, but those are the ones I'm going to focus on here this afternoon. Oh, beautiful sunrise this morning, but we know that it is going to rain today. So I'm just going to feed everybody here. All of my little friends are doing really well. So just an update about the bunnies. Yesterday when we got home from work, I always come in to check on them. And one of the kits had come out on Margot. And this is the second time that this has happened. At the bottom of the cage, there is smaller wire, and it's called Baby Saver. But it's only about this much at the bottom. And for some reason, somehow these little kits, I guess in searching for the warmth of the nest or whatever, anyways, this little kit got its head stuck between the larger 1-inch squares, so pushed its head through and then it gets stuck there. And I didn't get the camera because my priority is not to film. My priority was to save the poor little thing. So luckily Brian was here, so I went and raised the alarm, and he got some wire cutters and was able to get in around its little head and cut the wire, open it up, and then I was able to warm the kit and put it back in the nesting box. So luckily we got home just in time, but it's that kind of stuff is so stressful. And that had happened one time before, and same thing. Luckily Brian was home, so I was able to hold the kit while he cut around it. But yeah, people out there who make this rabbit cage wire, make the Baby Saver higher. Because this has happened twice, and I don't do this as regularly as other breeders do, so I'm sure that it's happened to them. So what we ended up doing was taking really fine hardware cloth and lining around the bottom of just Margot's. So we'll have to do that with Molly's too. But anyway, so this morning I'm going to put some of my brassicas out in the garden. Good morning, Hugh. put some of my brassicas out in the garden to start hardening them off. And then I'm also going to plant some trees. So I got some more elderberry. I actually got a butternut graft that I'm going to plant. And I can't remember what other plants, maybe a mulberry, red mulberry. Anyways, yeah, so I've got that to do this morning before the rain starts. And I'll show you, I've also set up our tent because we are going to go camping in a couple of weeks. And I got to test it for waterproofness because we haven't had it out in a long while. So let's feed everybody. I'm also going to build the planter boxes today for my mom's friend. Got to get that done. So Brian was kind enough. He brought in the wood into the shop last night. So I have to put my brassicas in here because if I put them out there, the chickens will eat them because they pecked all the leaves off my trees. So I'm already working up a sweat. Haven't even dug the hole yet. I think I got 5 to plant, so that's not too bad. But I just checked all the shrubs that I planted last year. Serviceberry, elderberry, Canada plum. Can't remember all the other ones I planted actually. But they are all look to be alive. So that's good. Okay, we got several build projects on the go in here. We've still got the timber frame for the front of the sugar shed, but I don't need very much room to build my box, so I'm just going to build it in the front of the shop here today. I have the cut list, and I will post it in the description box below, along with the video I made for this last year. So I'm not going to take a lot of time to explain or to show you what I'm doing. But if you want to build one of these, you will need, for the legs, you'll need 4 34-inch 3x3. I'm using Eastern white cedar, but you could use some other rot-resistant species of wood. The cross supports, you need 2 36-inch long 2x2s. You need 2 12-inch long 2x2s. For the sideboards, For the sideboards, you need 6 18-inch long, 5-inch wide, 3/4 inch thick boards. And for the end sideboards, you need 6, or for the long ends, you need 6 43.5-inch long, 5-inch wide, and 3/4 inch thick boards. And for the bottom boards, I used 6 18-inch long, 5-inch by 3/4 inch thick And then I cut out the corners so that they'd fit around the legs. But yeah, and I also use wood screws to build this so I don't nail it. I use wood screws. So anyways, I'm going to show you how I put this together. I'm going to make all my cuts and kind of lay it all out, and then we'll build it. Okay, I got one box built. All I have to do is put the support boards on the inside, and then probably tomorrow I'm going to line them both. So I'm going to go in and have some lunch, but yeah, looks good. They're super cool little raised planter boxes, so you can see nice sides. The other one I'm not going to make is deep, I don't think. Or I might build it the same as this. I'm not really sure because this one's pretty deep. Thank you. Okay, so here's the finished product. They're all lined, so they're lined with heavy-duty heavy-duty plastic, and then landscape fabric, and this is basically just to stop the soil. And then I cut slits in the plastic so that water can drain out. But they're super light, like they're just big, so it's easier to lift with two people, but I can literally lift it by myself. Once you put growing media in or soil, then it's going to be a different story. But yeah, I'm really happy with how they turned out. Hopefully they'll grow lots of good things. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.